Hey guys! Welcome to Couple. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. Hours after a serial bomber blew himself up as authorities closed in, investigators discovered that the homegrown Texan who had killed 2 people and terrorized Austin for 19 days had left behind a list of future targets and a 25-minute confession on his phone, officials said Wednesday. After hundreds of investigators swarmed Austin in recent days to stop the bomber, it was a combination of high-tech surveillance and old-fashioned shoe leather investigating that led officials to Mark Anthony Condit, 23, who had no criminal record. Advertisement, however, Condit's motive remains unknown, and officials suspect that we are never going to be able to put a rationale behind these acts, said Austin Police Chief Brian Manley. In Condit's confession video, he does not at all mention anything about terrorism, nor does he mention anything about hate, Manley said. Instead, it is the outcry of a very challenged young man talking about challenges in his personal life that led him to this point. The series of bombs used similar components that made it easy for officials to link the devices, unusual batteries, apparently purchased online from Asia, and nails used as shrapnel, according to U.S. Representative Michael McCaul of Texas, the Republican chairman of the House Homeland Security Committee. Trying to find the buyer of the nails, officials went to every hardware store in the area to find customers who had made large purchases, and they struck gold with a Home Depot store in the Austin suburb of Round Rock, McCaul said in an interview with the Los Angeles Times. The fatal mistake that led law enforcement to him because he was pretty good at evading surveillance cameras was when he walked into Home Depot, McCaul said. Investigators obtained surveillance video of Condit walking into the store in a wig and walking back out to a vehicle with a license plate connected to his name. From there, McCaul said, investigators obtained a cell phone number linked to Condit, which had been turned off for a while until Wednesday morning. When Condit turned on the phone, McCaul said, investigators were able to pinpoint him at a hotel in Round Rock, which led to a police chase. Officials described a harrowing scene at the end of the chase. After Austin police forced Condit off the road to prevent him from getting on a freeway, officers surrounded the vehicle and banged on the windows, at which point Condit set off a blast that sent officers flying backward. One officer suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Your officers you have known for years, charge into what we knew was a dangerous situation, Manley said. An officer also fired a gunshot at the vehicle, said authorities, who didn't clarify whether that was before or after the explosion or whether Condit was killed as a result of significant injuries from the blast or by a gunshot. Officials, who discovered a bomb-making room in Condit's home in the Austin suburb of Pflugerville, still haven't offered any theories for why Condit embarked on a bombing campaign that left 2 dead, 4 injured and an entire city unnerved. But they discovered at least one chilling piece of evidence after the hunt was over, a target list with additional addresses we believe he was using for future targets, McCaul said. Officials said they still don't know how or why Condit chose his targets. If we had not found this man, there would have been more devices, and more innocent civilians would have been hurt and been killed, said FBI Special Agent Christopher Combs. Investigators detained and questioned 2 of Condit's roommates Wednesday as officials sought to determine whether Condit had any help in the string of bombings. Advertisement: anyone who's connected with this guy is going to have a sit-down interview to see if there is a web of people involved, Combs said. Officials also announced they had filed a federal bomb possession charge and arrest warrant against Condit late Tuesday, shortly before he died, and officials had considered pursuing the death penalty. ABC reported that in the final 2 packages of explosives that had been sent out by FedEx, the bomber had used the sender name Kelly Kilmore. A portrait emerged Wednesday of an introverted Christian conservative who had been homeschooled and worked at a manufacturing company before being fired last year, with much still unknown about his life over the last year. In a statement released to CNN, Condit's parents said they were in shock and grieved for the bombing victims. We are devastated and broken at the news that our family could be involved in such an awful way, the statement said. We had no idea of the darkness that Mark must have been in. Our family is a normal family in every way. We love, we pray, and we try to inspire and serve others. Right now our prayers are for those families that have lost loved ones, for those impacted in any way, and for the soul of our Mark. We are grieving and we are in shock. In Pflugerville, federal and local law enforcement officials searched 2 sheds and trash bins outside the Condit's multi-story home. The shades were drawn, and a U.S. flag flew out front. Austin Police Homicide Det David Fugit said Condit's family has been very cooperative, adding that officials didn't have any indication the family knew Condit was involved with the bombings. They have gone above and beyond to answer any questions we have had, Fugit said. They're having a difficult time, Fugit said. It's understandable with everything they have had to deal with. This is certainly a shock to the conscience. They're taking it in stride. They're having a difficult time as well, which would be expected. Condit took classes at Austin Community College from 2010 to 2012 and was homeschooled, according to college officials and social media posts from his mother, who said he graduated high school in 2013. He's thinking of taking some time to figure out what he wants to do, maybe a mission trip, said a Facebook post by Daneen Condit announcing his graduation, which included a photo of him.